Okay, very good afternoon to each and everyone presented here. I, Dr. Richa Handa, welcomes to all of you in behalf of DP Vipra College in one-day awareness program on intellectual property rights under Intellectual Property Awareness Mission organized by Government of India, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, Office of the Controller General of Patents, Designs and Trademarks in association with DP Vipra College, Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh. In this session, we have the Chief Patron, Mr. Anurag Shukla, the Chairman of DP Vipra College, Bilaspur, and Patron Dr. Anju Shukla, Principal, DP Vipra College, Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh. For NIPAM Coordinator, we have Mr. Arnab Bhattacharya, Examiner of Patents and Design, and NIPAM Officer, the Patent Office, Kolkata. And the Program Coordinator, we have Mr. A. Sriram, the IQAC Coordinator of DP Vipra College, Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh. And as a resource person, we have Ms. Ayushi Saxena, the Examiner of Patent and Design, the Patent Office, Kolkata, DPIIT, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. So, to start the program, now I would like to request the Principal of DP Vipra College, Dr. Anju Shukla ma'am, for the introductory speech. So, I am requesting Anju Shukla ma'am to please start the introductory speech.
आज विद्यालय डीपी विप्र महाविद्यालय के साथ नेशनल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रॉपर्टी अवेयरनेस मिशन अवेयरनेस सेशन एंड एक साथ ये जो वेबिनार का आयोजन किया गया है बौद्धिक संपदा का जो अधिकार है ये एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण और बड़ा संवेदनशील विषय है। हम इसको भी एक प्रकार का जोड़ा है, जो चीज हमारा है, जिसको हमने लिखा, चाहे वह शिक्षा जगत के संबंध जो साहित्य जगत में हो या जैसे उद्योग जगत में कुछ शोध करता है और पेटेंट करता है, उस पर कोई भी आविष्कार को खोज उसकी खुद की बौद्धिक संपदा उसका उसे अपने नाम से उपयोग करने लगता है तो ये प्रकार का अपराध माना जाता है। तो आज इस संबंध में समाज जागरूक करना बहुत जरूरी है कि जैसे प्रोफेसर कोई लेख लिखता है, यदि वो शोध पत्र लिख रहा है तो उसको एक प्रोफार्मा भरना पड़ता है कि ये पूर्ण रूप से मेरा मौलिक है और इसे मैंने लिखा है। ये इसलिए लिखना पड़ता है कि ताकि किसी दूसरे का नकल न कर ले या दूसरे के शोध को अपना शोध न बता दे। ऐसी मालूम पीएचडी तो एक प्रकार का वो चोरी माना जाता है कि दूसरे के लेख से ले लिए। तो हम रेफरेंस दे सकते हैं कि यहाँ से पढ़ा, यहाँ से ये पढ़ा। तो इस प्रकार जो है और तो पेट्रोल शिक्षा जगत में जहां हम इतने सारे बच्चों को शिक्षा दे रहे हैं और समाज में भी आज हर जगह हर क्षेत्र में, चाहे धार्मिक हो, राजनीतिक हो, आर्थिक हो, सामाजिक हो, सांस्कृतिक हो, वैज्ञानिक क्षेत्र में, चाहे भौतिक शास्त्र में, रसायन शास्त्र में, प्रत्येक क्षेत्र में आज अलग अलग तरह के शोध हो रहे हैं और शोध के कारण से वो शोध की जो मौलिकता है बनी रहे, इसलिए यह जो अधिकार है, बौद्धिक संपदा का जो अधिकार है, इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स जो है, ये अपने आप में अत्यंत महत्वपूर्ण है और इसको जानना जरूरी है। इसलिए इसके संबंध में जो इसके विशेषज्ञ हैं आशीष सक्सेना जी, वो विस्तार से बताएंगे और हमको बड़ी प्रसन्नता हो रही है कि आज इस विषय पर वेबिनार का आयोजन किया गया है और हमारे महाविद्यालय के टीचर से सभी टीचर जुड़े हुए हैं और हम चाहते हैं बौद्धिक संपदा पर या हम यहाँ पर और सेमिनार कराए, कार्यशाला का आयोजन करें। यदि आप लोग हमको समय देंगे तो हम ऐसा भी व्यवस्था करेंगे ताकि हम आमने सामने की स्थिति में एक कार्यशाला का आयोजन करें या फिर एक प्रकार के सेमिनार का आयोजन करें और अपने पूरे विद्यार्थी जगत को, अपने बिलासपुर के नागरिकों को हम ये संदेश दें कि इस संवेदनशील विषय के बारे में वो जाने और कोई भी किसी का किसी प्रकार का ऐसा शोध कार्य में गड़बड़ी न हो कि जिससे किसी दूसरे के शोध को, दूसरे की खोज को, दूसरे के सिद्धांत को, दूसरे के सामान्यीकरण का कोई दूसरा दुरुपयोग करे। तो इस संबंध में जानकारी बहुत जरूरी है और इस उद्देश्य को लेकर के, इसी पर्पस को लेकर के इस सेमिनार का आयोजन किया गया है। तो मैं एक बार फिर सक्सेना मैडम को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देती हूँ और ये जो आयोजन करता है, जो आयोजन कर रहे हैं, उन सबका भी बहुत बहुत स्वागत करती हूँ। धन्यवाद।
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your introductory speech. Now, to start the session, now I would like to request our resource person, Ms. Ayushi Saxena, to give the very detailed knowledge about the intellectual property rights to all the participants, including students and as well as professors. So, I am just requesting Ms. Ayushi Saxena, ma'am, to handle the session.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay. So I welcome you all to the National Intellectual Property Awareness Mission. And before I begin the session, I would like to say that all the doubts and queries regarding the intellectual property session will be taken at the end of the session, and everyone is requested to mention the queries in the chat box. So first of all, we discuss what are the types of properties. We have tangible properties, which are physical properties that can be touched. Example is our car, our house. Similarly, on the other hand, we have intangible properties, which refer to the creation of mind or creations of human intellect. Example, inventions, literary and artistic work. So under the purview of intellectual property rights, we have the following elements. We have patents, designs, trademarks, geographical indications, copyrights, and semiconductor integrated circuits layout designs. What are the different kinds of of design, the overview of trademarks, design, property rights, your intellect to exclude others from their use and which could lead to some common person who has, like, let's say, invented something or who has registered for a design. For him, it can be associated with pride and academic advantage. But for a businessman who could use it to commercialize, to earn some revenue, earn and invest. So now let's come to a detailed knowledge about patents. So what is a patent? It is a grant by a sovereign or state to a person giving exclusive right. Exclusive right, that means you have solely the right over that property to stop others from making, using, exercising, vending, and importing an invention for a limited period, that is for a period of 20 years from the date of registration of patent, in exchange for disclosing it in a patent specification such that anyone having average skill in the art can reproduce the invention. You have the right to exclude others from using your invention. It's your sole right, and owner has a qualified right to use the invention. Coming to some of the famous inventors' inventions for which they were granted patents. In 1856, George Alfred D. Penning, a civil engineer of Calcutta, petitioned the government of India for grant of exclusive privileges for his invention, an efficient Pankha pulling machine. Here are some other scientists and their corresponding inventions for which they were granted patents. This corresponding number is the publication number of the patent, so that you can go on Google Patents and research for the required technology, the product, or the process. Here we have these different inventions and how they brought economic significance, technical advantage to. So this is a nano car. This was for $2,500 from Tata's for providing an opportunity for middle income families. So we see there is technical advantage through patents. There is technical advantage for patents, and as well as economic significance. Coming next, we have different tools that have helped mankind in achieving some technical and economic advantage, which includes this card swiping machine, as well as this includes this drone.
उस दिन की शुरुआत हर दिन की तरह हुई थी। आईपी नाम कराटे की प्रैक्टिस कर रही थी, तभी उनकी घड़ी में घंटी बजती है।
अरे, ये तो आविष्कार कुमार का मैसेज है। मुझे तुरंत उसके पास जाना होगा।
और आईपी नानी ने छोटू को फोन लगाया।
हेलो छोटू, तू अभी आ जा, हमें कहीं पहुंचना है।
अभी है नानी। नानी, हम कहाँ जा रहे हैं?
हम जा रहे हैं आविष्कार कुमार की लैब में। वो यूनिवर्सिटी में मेरा फेवरेट स्टूडेंट रह चुका है और अब एक साइंटिस्ट है। मेरी पौधी का घड़ी भी उसी की इन्वेंशन है।
वाह। नानी, आप आ गए?
तुमने बुलाया तो आना ही पड़ेगा। और ये मेरा नाम है छोटू।
क्या नानी, मेरा नाम आदित्य है, छोटू नहीं। हाय आदित्य। हाय सर।
आविष्कार, क्या इमरजेंसी है?
मैं आपको नई इन्वेंशन दिखाना चाहता हूँ। गेस करो मैंने क्या बनाया होगा?
हवा में उड़ती कार?
नहीं।
मैं बोलूं, कोई ऐसी मशीन जिससे हम गायब हो जाए?
बिल्कुल भी नहीं।
अब बहुत हो गया। अब बताओ ना, तुमने क्या इन्वेंट किया है?
मैंने बनाई है एक टाइम मशीन।
क्या?
जी हाँ, एक टाइम मशीन जिससे हम अतीत और भविष्य में आ जा सकते हैं। आप बताओ, आप कौन से साल में जाना चाहते हो?
मुझे नानी का बचपन देखना है।
What?
चलो फिर, चलो फिर।
अरे ये तो मेरे घर के पीछे वाले मैदान पे आ गया। देखो, वो मैं क्रिकेट खेलती हुई।
अरे वाह नानी, आप बचपन से रॉकिंग हो।
इसमें अभी ज्यादा नहीं है।
ये तो सचमुच बहुत ही ब्रिलियंट इन्वेंशन है।
क्या बात है? अब मैं कराऊंगा या पेटेंट ऑफिस के चक्कर लगाऊंगा?
अरे नहीं,
तो उसका क्या?
अब ये बात बहुत पुरानी हो गई है। आज की तारीख में भारत सरकार का प्रयास है कि 18 महीनों में ही पेटेंट ग्रांट हो जाए। उसके बाद कोई टेंशन नहीं है। कोई भी तुम्हारे इस आविष्कार को इस्तेमाल नहीं कर सकता। हाँ, अगर तुम चाहो तो एक फीस लेकर किसी को लाइसेंस कर सकते हो अपने आविष्कार को यूज करने के लिए।
ऐसा क्या? तो मैं आज ही अपना पेटेंट फाइल करता हूँ। अब देखता हूँ कौन मेरे इन्वेंशंस को चोरी करता है।
भारत सरकार हमेशा आपके हक के लिए आपके साथ है। अपनी बौद्धिक संपदा को सुरक्षित करें और गर्व से आगे बढ़ें।
I hope you all enjoyed the video. Next, we come to the other intellectual property, which refers to designs. So, what are designs? An ornamental or aesthetic aspect of an article, which could include its shape, pattern, features of shape, configuration, pattern, ornament, or composition of lines or colors applied to any article. Like if you see the design that we have on this sari, the different design, the different pattern that we have used on the wings of this fan, applied to any article, whether in 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional or in both forms, by any industrial process or means, whether manual, mechanical, or chemical, separate or combined, which in the finished article appeal to and are judged solely by that. So simply any design, any pattern, any shape that you can give to a regular using object. Let's see, for example, let's see the shape, configuration, and the surface pattern of bottles. These are all bottles with different patterns, different shapes, different designs, different colors, for which a design can be registered. Please see the different articles present here: the inhaler, the automobiles, the table lamps, the clock, or a cloth. Or it can be applicable for a set of articles, where set means a number of articles of the same general character, ordinarily sold together or intended to be used together, all bearing the same design. This is the certificate of registration of design. This is how it looks like when a design is registered with the Government of India. Let's come to the next part, which is trademarks. So what is a trademark? Every one of you must have seen the symbol of Coca-Cola, which is the trademark of the company. So coming to the definition of it, a trademark is any word, name, symbol or device or any combination thereof which identifies and distinguishes the source of the goods or the services of one trader from those of others. Wonder why a trademark is important? Because it provides you exclusive monopoly, that's the purpose of intellectual property, over a class of goods or services. It allows a business entity to build public goodwill and brand reputation, like we all know the Coca-Cola company through that trademark. Identifies the source, origin of goods or services, and assures customer that what they are buying is the authentic product, or let's say about the quality of goods or services. Now, what all is included in a trademark? It includes the trademarks, including the service marks, the trade names, the collective marks, the certification marks, the tagline or the slogans. Like this, ye dil mange more, so the entire tagline of the entire slogan, the shape as well as the sound marks. So how do you indicate your trademark? This is an unregistered application pending, like when you use this trademark somewhere, and if your application is pending, this is how you show it, and this is how you register it, or this is how you display it when trademark is registered. Coming next, we have copyrights, which is another form of intellectual property. Yes, so what is copyright? It is a bundle of rights. It is an automatic right. Unlike the other intellectual property, which you get after the application is entirely processed by the government, but the copyright is an automatic right. It is an exclusive right given to the creator of original work of authorship. It allows the owner to choose the ways his or her copyrighted works are made available to the public and prevent unauthorized copying or reproduction. The Section 2Y of the Copyrights Act defines works, and Section 13 of the Copyright Act 1957 provides for the works in which copyright subsists. Now remember, copyright cannot protect an idea, it can just protect a piece of text. So the terms of protection: for the published literary, dramatic, article, and musical work, the life of author plus 60 years. For a cinematographic film and sound recording, it is 60 years from the date of publication. Publication means coming in the common knowledge. Broadcast reproduction rights, which includes 25 years from the year following the year of broadcast. And performance right includes 50 years from the year following the which the performance is made. The performance means the musical performance or the dramatic performance. So 50 years from the year following the year in which the performance is made. Now let's come to semiconductor integrated circuits, layouts and designs. So semiconductor integrated circuits means a product having transistors and other circuitry elements inseparably formed on or inside a semiconductor or insulating material designed to perform an electronic circuitry function. They form a very essential part of the latest technologies that we have been using, and they are an important IPR for protection of products with fast changing technologies such as electronic gadgets and computers. The registration of a layout design is for a period of 10 years from the date of application filing or the first commercial exploitation, that is when you use it for the economic purpose, whichever is earlier. In the
चिंदी चोर के साथ घमासान के बाद अब आईपी नानी बिजी हो गई अपनी पोती की शादी की तैयारियों में। संगीत वाले ने जब छोटू उनसे मिला तो
वाओ नानी, आप तो बिल्कुल छाए हुए हो। आपके सामने तो वाला को भी कॉम्प्लेक्स हो जाए।
ओए, मस्का लगाना बंद कर। ये मुझे क्या चाहिए?
नानी, आपने तो मेरा दिल ही तोड़ दिया। क्या एक प्यारा सा लाडला सा बच्चा अपने नानी को कॉम्प्लीमेंट भी नहीं दे सकता।
अच्छा चल, एक्सेप्ट किया तेरा कॉम्प्लीमेंट। बता, तुझे क्या चाहिए?
ये कुछ नहीं चाहिए, बस आपकी हाथ की वो स्पेशल वाली चाय पीनी है।
बस इतनी सी बात के लिए इतना बड़ा मस्का?
मस्कर नहीं नानी, आप सचमुच बहुत ही रॉकिंग लग रही हो। ये साड़ी आप पर बहुत ही अच्छी लग रही है।
अरे ये तो स्पेशल लखनवी चिकनकारी है। लखनवी चिकनकारी पूरी दुनिया में मशहूर है। ये अपनी खूबसूरत और बारीक एम्ब्रॉयडरी के काम के लिए फेमस है। लेकिन पता है इसकी सबसे बड़ी खासियत क्या है?
क्या है?
ये एक रजिस्टर्ड जीआई है।
जीआई? वो क्या होता है नानी?
जी का मतलब होता है जियोग्राफिकल इंडिकेशंस, हिंदी में जिसे भौगोलिक उपदर्शन कहते हैं। ये किसी समुदाय का बौद्धिक अधिकार है, वो विरासत जिन्हें प्रोटेक्ट और एनकरेज करने की बहुत आवश्यकता है। मुख्यतः इन टाइप्स में रजिस्टर्ड होती है: नेचुरल गुड्स, मैन्युफैक्चर्ड गुड्स, टेक्सटाइल्स, हैंडीक्राफ्ट्स, फूड स्टफ।
अच्छा।
चल, अब ना किचन में चलते हैं और गर्मा गर्म चाय बनाते हैं।
हाँ।
किचन की ओर जाते हुए नानी ने छोटू को अपना देश घुमा दिया।
छोटू,
जी नानी।
ये देख, ये पेंटिंग देख। ये मधुबनी पेंटिंग है, बिहार की। और ये है हिमाचल की कांगड़ा पेंटिंग। तेरे नानू को देश की कला और संस्कृति से जुड़ी हुई चीजों को इकट्ठा करने का बहुत शौक है।
अच्छा।
ये कठपुतलियां देख रहा है?
हाँ।
ये राजस्थान की है। इसी तरह छत्तीसगढ़ से बस्तर ढोकरा, आंध्र प्रदेश से तिरुपति लड्डू, असम से मूंगा सिल्क, नागालैंड से नागा मिर्च और मध्य प्रदेश के बाघ प्रिंट, ये सब रजिस्टर्ड जीआई हैं।
ओके।
ये हमारे देश की कला और संस्कृति का प्रतीक है। हमारे देश में हुनर और कला का इतना भंडार है कि अभी से ही 300 से ज्यादा रजिस्टर्ड जीआई हैं।
वाह नानी।
चल, अब तू चाय बनाने में मेरी मदद कर। एक बर्तन में पानी ले और उबालने के लिए रख।
यस बॉस।
पता है छोटू, तुझे मेरे हाथ की चाय इतनी पसंद क्यों है?
क्यों है नानी?
क्योंकि ये स्पेशल दार्जिलिंग की चाय है। ये देश की सबसे पहली रजिस्टर्ड जीआई है, जो 2004 में रजिस्टर्ड हुई थी।
लेकिन नानी, एक बात बताओ, इस जीआई से फायदा क्या होता है?
देखो छोटू, ज्यादातर जीआई गांव के समुदाय के होते हैं। इनसे कारीगरों, बुनकरों, किसानों की आमदनी बढ़ती है। उनको अपनी मेहनत का सही दाम मिलता है और उन वस्तुओं की डिमांड भी बढ़ती है। साथ साथ खरीदने वालों को भी विश्वास हो जाता है कि वो एक जेन्युइन चीज खरीद रहे हैं।
ओह, वैसे नानी मुझे एक आइडिया आया।
अरे वाह छोटू, तेरे को आइडिया?
यस नानी, अगले महीने फॉरेन से मेरे कुछ दोस्त आ रहे हैं। क्यों ना मैं उन्हें इसके कुछ सुंदर जीआई प्रोडक्ट्स गिफ्ट में दूं?
ये तो बहुत ही अच्छा आइडिया है छोटू। उन्हें ये चीजें जरूर पसंद आएंगी और हमारे देश की कला का नाम भी होगा।
देखा नानी, आपकी संगत में मैं कितना
is issued by the government of India when a GI is registered. So these are some of the more of the GIs. This is the Darjeeling tea that was talked about in the video, the Makrana marble, the Kanchipuram silk, and the Ratlami safe. GI applies to different kinds of handloom things or different kinds of traditional ideas, and they are usually granted to a local community. These include some of the more things that are given GIs. Last but not least, we will discuss the significance of IP everywhere in the daily realm of life. So we will now talk about the validity of the different intellectual property rights. For patents, it's a 20 years term. There is nothing called a global or international patent because patent is a national right. The validity of designs is 10 years, which is extendable to 5 years. The trademarks, the validity is indefinitely subject to renewal initially for 10 years. The GI is also indefinitely subject to renewal initially for 10 years. And the copyright, which is the published literary or dramatic, artistic, and musical work, for the validity is the lifetime of the author plus 60 years. Who can apply? Person. Individual, not for GI, as we discussed, it is for a community or the local group. The person or the legal representative, and the person includes a firm, a partnership, a small entity, and a corporate body. All IP rights are territorial in nature, as we discussed earlier, that there is nothing called a global or an international patent. The points to remember: first protect, then publish. So the applications for which the intellectual property, the application for the intellectual property is registered and then it's published. First, it is registered with the Government of India, and then it is published and brought in the common general knowledge. The rights are territorial. It is limited to the boundary of the country or sovereign authority, as discussed earlier. The registration is required in each country. The registration is done by the sovereign authority, that is the Government of India. The rights are for a limited period of time. The validity has been discussed earlier. There is no automatic relief. There is a need to file the infringement suit in case the IP rights have been infringed. The renewal fees has to be paid for some IPRs, and the appointment of patent agent is not compulsory. The applicant can sign the documents and file himself. Coming next, we will discuss about the career opportunities in the fields of IPRs. The career opportunities come under two purview. The first we'll discuss about a government job, and then we will discuss the others division. So under a government job, the different positions that are offered by the government are the examiner of patents and designs, the examiners of trademark and GI, and the examiner of copyrights. And under the purview of others, which do not come under the government of India, this includes the patent agents, the trademark agents, the GRF, SRF, and the patent facilitation centers, and the patent litigation and other opportunities in the private sector. So here are the contact details for the further training. And I thank you all for attending this given session. The queries shall be taken forward.
Okay, so thank you all for this active participation. Okay, so next we shall quickly move into the quiz section. Okay, where some questions will be asked, and I will request all the participants to kindly put their answers in the chat box. Okay, so the first question is, okay, so here we can see one grid is there. Okay, just top down and across, identify the famous trademarks, the famous brands, okay, that we use in our day-to-day life. Just identify and answer in the chat box what famous trademarks that you can see. Amul is correct. Very good. Any other? Bata is also correct. Any other answer? Yeah, Baboon is absolutely correct. Okay, so Dettol, Pepsi, yeah, all are correct. Okay, now moving on to the answer section. Most of the answers have already been mentioned. Okay, now we can see here, these are some of the famous trademarks that were present in this grid. Next, which type of IP protects the paintings painted by the artists? Paintings are covered by under which IP? See, geographical indications are products which have a particular geographical origin. Okay, so here painting does not have any particular geographical origin. Okay, so yeah, I have got one answer correct. Copyright. Yeah, I've got another answer, design. Okay, so painting consists of different compositions of lines and colors, right? So it will fall in the category of designs. At the same time, painting is also an artistic work which will be protected under copyright. So both design and copyright are correct answer. Very good. What protects the IP? Fashion designers. Fashion designers will primarily focus on which IP? Very obvious answer. Yes, fashion designers will primarily focus on designs only. Next. What protects the advanced disc brake for bike developed by the inventors? So it is dealing with an invention, so it will be protected by which IP? Yeah, please remember that whenever you hear the term invention, okay, just correlate it with patents, because patents always protect inventions. Okay, yeah, not all inventions, but all patents are definitely inventions. Okay, so the correct answer is patent. Which of these is a geographical indication? Yes, very good. The product having a particular geographical origin. Here we can see here the Nagpur origin is the correct answer. What does the trademark protect? Yes. Very good. The brand symbol, the brand logos, okay, are all protected under trademarks. So correct answer is logos, names and brands. Next question. How long can a patent last? What is the term of a patent? Yeah, most of you are correct. The term of a patent is 20 years. Now my next question is, after 20 years is over, can we further renew it for another 20 years? Is it possible? Is it yes or no? The patent can be renewed. Okay, so please remember always that patent is a one-time protection. Okay, it is a one-time exclusive legal right that is granted to the invention, to the inventors, of course, and it is valid up to 20 years. After 20 years, it will automatically be a public resource. Okay, so anybody can use it without the permission. Okay, so you cannot claim protection for another 20 years. What you can do is that you can further improve that product and then file for a separate patent for that improved version. Okay, but a patent is a one-time exclusive grant for 20 years. If you write an original story, what type of IP gives you the right to decide who can make and sell copies of your work? So it is concerned with literary works. Okay, literary works, novels, poems are protected by which IP? Yeah. All are providing the correct answers only. The copyright is the IP which protects literary, creative, artistic works. Now, a cricketer has set up a company with own range of clothes. What type of IP can he use to show that the clothes are made by his company? So basically, that cricketer needs to have some thing to designate that the clothes are made by his company. Yes. So that cricketer will create, in order to identify his brand, that cricketer will create a logo or a symbol, right? So this will be protected under. Yeah, very good. Trademark is the correct answer. The brand logo, brand symbol, it will be protected under trademark. Now, if a company develops a new technology that improves its main product, what type of IP can be used to stop others from copying their invention? See, again, it is dealing with invention. So what will be the correct answer? Which IP? Yes. See, whenever you hear about invention, even if it is improving or doing any sort of it, okay, the correct answer will always be patents. Okay, because patents are only granted for inventions and also for further improvement of that product also. Okay, so the correct answer is patents. Okay, so thank you very much. This completes our presentation and quiz part. Now the session is open for Q&A. Okay, so I request to kindly put all your questions in the chat box. We have already got some questions which we shall try to address. Okay, so first question was, what if the person on whose name is the patent dies, and then can any other person renew it within the same name? Okay, so very good question. See, whatever we are discussing are all intellectual property. So it is a type of property, right? It is an intangible property. Okay, but the laws of property will also hold equally in this case. So, the laws by which property is transferred to the natural heir, okay, or any other person, okay, so that law will remain valid on its transfer in case of intellectual property, which is called their patents. So it will be transferred to the next generation, that is the legal heir. Okay, so he or she may have got the right, Okay, and he or she can renew that patent. When can a person file an IPR? So if you have got any, like literary creative works, okay, or if you have got any invention, okay, whether you have prepared it, okay, so that idea, when it is converted into a process, product, or in the form of expressions, okay, so that can be protected under IPR. Say for example, if you have published any song, you can protect it under copyright. If you have done any invention, you can protect it under patents. Okay, so IPR is used for protection of your creative works. What is the process to patent our real work? For patent, you just need to file some prescribed forms. And the one thing, please remember that patent is basically a deal between you and the government. Okay, so the government will grant you an exclusive protection in exchange of what? In exchange of that, you have to disclose your invention in public domain. You cannot keep your invention secret and then apply for a patent. It is not possible. You have to disclose your patent, your invention sufficiently in order to file for a patent. Okay, so that disclosure needs to be made. So some forms, that disclosure needs to be made in the form of complete specification, and all other forms have to be filed with prescribed fees. Okay, then your patent, subject to fulfillment of technical and legal requirements, it may be novel, inventive, okay, and subject to fulfillment all these conditions, you may be granted a patent. Does the if some community is granted with GI rights, then can anyone from different place in India can produce? Okay, if you are producing any licensed GI, registered GI product, you need to obtain a license from that applicant, okay, or who have already got the geographical indication. Okay, but if you are producing something different, say for example, okay, the Nagpur orange is a registered GI product, okay, but you are staying at a separate location where you may find that the orange of that particular geographical location is also famous. Okay, so you can apply for a separate, say XYZ, name of the place, then orange. So you can file a separate GI for same product having a different geographical location. Okay, that is possible. Okay, an example I am giving you: 2 GIs are granted for the same sweet, which is called as Rasgulla. Okay, one is Bengal Rasgulla, which is a registered GI product, as well as Orissa Rasgulla, which is a separate registered GI product. Both have different textures as well as taste. Okay, so both are granted differently. A very, very good question. Does an idea get patent? See, an idea or a thought, however innovative it may be, is not sufficient. It is not even an intellectual property. Okay, an idea or any thought, when materialized into a process or product or in the form of expressions, okay, that can be protected under intellectual property right. Okay, say for example, you are thinking of any music in your mind, but you cannot protect it because it is not yet an IP. You have to compose the lyrics, you have to publish the full song, okay, and then that publication you can protect under copyright. Okay, so you have to have that idea converted into a process or product or in the form of expression, then only it can be protected under IP. Okay, so moving on to the next segment. So before ending the session, I would request the institute coordinator to kindly share the conclusion remarks or vote of thanks. Over to you, sir and ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, and thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, Ayushi ma'am, for giving us so meaningful information regarding the IPR through audio, video, as well as a texture format, and explaining about the design, trademarks, copyrights. And thank you so much, the Arnab Bhattacharya sir, for a question answer session and giving all the answers of the questions of participants as well as the teachers. So thank you so much to both of you. Now for the vote of thanks, I would like to invite the program coordinator, Mr. A. Sriram sir, the IQAC coordinator of DP Vipra College, Bilaspur. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, one and all. Myself is A. Sriram, coordinator of this awareness program. I would like to extend my vote of thanks of our chief patron, Shri Anurag Shukla sir, for constantly supporting us to organize such type of programs. And I also extend my vote of thanks, my sincere thanks to Principal Madam, Dr. Anju Shukla ma'am, for giving us constant support and motivation to organize a program on IPR. And I would also like to extend my sincere thanks the NIPAM coordinator, Mr. Arnab Bhattacharya, for coordinating this program. I would also like to extend my sincere thanks to the resource person, Ms. Ayushi Saxena, for successful hosting of this program and elaborating all the technical aspects on intellectual property rights. I would like to take 1 or 2 minutes, sir, to conclude my vote of thanks. First of all, our principal madam, Dr. Anju Shukla ma'am, focuses on the awareness about IPR, research paper, the original work of the research scholar, and she also focuses on the scientific aspects and originality of the research. Now, I will come to the resource persons, Ms. Ayushi Saxena. She basically focuses on the properties, the tangible and intangible properties, and the various elements of IPR like trademark, patent, copyright, geographical indication, and IP. And she also elaborates about the career opportunities in the IPR, like examiner of patent and copyright, trademark, and geographical indication. And at the end, but not the least, I would like to convey my sincere thanks to all the teaching staff and students of DP Vipra College who actively participated in this awareness programs. And at the end, I would like to congratulate and put my sincere thanks to the technical team, Dr. Richa Anda and Mr. Vishwas Victor. Without them, this dream does not come into reality. Thank you. Thank you very much. Before I would like to conclude, and once again, I thanks all my teaching staff and students for actively participating in this awareness program. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I think the session is over from both of our side. So, sir, can we close the session?
Yes, ma'am. So thank you very much to the respected faculties as well as the participants who have actively participated in this session, have answered and provided response in the quiz section also. So thank you very much. And we look forward to conducting more sessions like this in the future also. So this is a very basic awareness session. So thank you very much. And with this, we end the session. Thanks a lot.